Hi there, this is Kyle Hearn, and I'm going to be teaching an excerpt that I just felt compelled to teach on in the verse Romans chapter 10, verse 9, which says, "If you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you shall be saved." Now, I get frustrated with the way this verse is used a lot because I hear it often used in the form of the sinner's prayer or a salvation message or even an altar call. And it was compelling my spirit and stirring my spirit because something wasn't right, and I wanted to figure out what that was, and I wanted to see how is this verse being used correctly and maybe incorrectly, and what is the verse really meaning. Now, in the letter to Romans, which is written by Paul the Apostle, it's written to Christians, to Gentiles in Rome who have become Christian, and to a few Jews who are returning to Rome, who are now following the way of Jesus Christ. And so they're already Christian, but a lot of the times that verse is used to get non-Christians to be initiated into Christianity. And if you just see that Romans were Christian and that Paul was writing that verse to people who are already saved is kind of interesting. And it's something to think about. But it's telling us that this verse is not meant to be used to non-believers, but it's actually written to believers, to followers, to Christians already. Now, what does that mean? Well, a little history lesson that I was learning is that in Rome during the time, they would bring out an altar to Caesar and bring out a godhead of Caesar and would make the Roman citizens offer sacrifices or burn incense, and then proclaim their allegiance to Caesar as their Lord, almost annually. And if you didn't, you were automatically an enemy of the state. And so the Christians would have to decide, are they going to say Caesar is Lord or Jesus is Lord, and be threatened even unto their deaths if they proclaim that Jesus was Lord, because that's saying that Caesar is not the highest authority and that they follow the way of someone else other than the Roman government's godhead. Now, that's huge. That's life or death situation, and that's what the passage is talking about. You may die if you say that Jesus is Lord, but if you confess with your mouth and believe that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved, and you will raise from the dead as well.